His name kept coming up to me, Wayne Rooney, Wayne Rooney. Have you seen anything? Have you heard of him?
He's only 15 or 16, and he was frightening. When they're young and you know that they're going to go on and have great careers, these sort of players don't happen very often.
Maybe it was his anger, or maybe he was just too talented. Whatever the reason, the young Wayne Rooney was simply unstoppable. At the start of 21st century, excited whispers emanated from Everton's academy of an outstanding prospect when Evertonians saw Wayne Rooney, a forward who was barely 16 and still at school, carry his teammate to the 2002 FA Youth Cup final. They could see straight away that he was the real deal. Rooney made his full debut on the opening day of 2002-03 season against Tottenham at Goodison. By later standards, he had a quiet game, but set up Mark Pimbridge for Everton's opener. His first goal came 6 weeks later, late in a League Cup tie at Wrexham, with Everton winning that match 3-0 and Rooney creating history by becoming the club's youngest ever goal scorer at the time. Rooney went on to make even more history a week later, as he scored a last-minute winning goal against Arsenal. Not only did the goal end Arsenal's 30-game unbeaten run, but Rooney became the Premier League's youngest ever goal scorer at the time with his goal. It's one of the best moments in Rooney's career. After the game, Arsene Wenger declared, "Rooney is the biggest English talent I've seen since I arrived in England." His magnificent time continued in the months to follow, with the player being named the 2002 BBC Young Sports Personality of the Year. Rooney continued to score important goals for Everton, and he even signed his first professional contract at the time. The contract had made him one of the highest paid teenage footballers in the world. Rooney finished the season with 8 goals in 37 appearances. While those numbers might not be considered impressive for today's standards, it was a huge feat back then, and the player's extraordinary talent were being seen above everything. It seemed like the sky was the limit for Rooney. The following season saw more of the same, as the English international kept on scoring goals for Everton and showcased his magnificent abilities at such a young age. He ended that season with 9 goals in 40 appearances. That was the end of Rooney's teenage years at Everton as well. The player's extraordinary talent saw him catch the attention of several top clubs, and Rooney eventually made a transfer request to Everton. All of this resulted in a record-breaking £25.6 million move to Manchester United in 2004, with the move making him the most expensive youth player at the time. The massive fee ended up being a bargain though, as Rooney established himself as one of the greatest in the club's history and played a huge part in their historic success under Sir Alex Ferguson. After recovering from injury picked up at Euro 2004, Rooney eventually made his first appearance for United in Champions League group match against Turkish side Fenerbahce, and he was well versed in that. United were already 1-0 up when Rooney received the through ball and fired the ball into the roof of the opposition's net. His second was even more spectacular, coming just 10 minutes later as he cleverly dummied the defender before lashing the ball in from 20 yards to make it 3-0. Perhaps his third was the best of them, and as he scored that free kick from the edge of the penalty area, Rooney became the youngest player at 18 years and 335 days to score a Champions League cap. Rooney's first season with Manchester United ended in disappointment. United could only finish third in the league, and they fell short in Europe, failing to reach the last 8 of the Champions League. In the cup competitions, there was hope, but Chelsea, the dominant force that season, knocked United out in the League Cup semi-final, and also went on to win the Premier League title. Still, Rooney produced moment of magic. His stunning volley against Middlesbrough in FA Cup, struck with the outside of his right foot, was voted BBC Goal of the Season. But heartbreak followed as United lost the FA Cup final to Arsenal on penalties after a goalless draw. Despite the setbacks, Rooney finished as United's top league scorer with 11 goals and was named PFA Young Player of the Year, a sign of greatness to come. Rooney didn't have to wait long for his first piece of silverware at Manchester United. In the 2005-06 season, he lit up the League Cup final, scoring twice and being named Man of the Match as United cruised to a 4-0 victory over Wigan FC. But in the Premier League, United finished as runners-up, with their title hopes crushed in April after a 3-0 defeat to Chelsea, the eventual champions. To make the matter worse, Rooney suffered a broken metatarsal in that very match after a challenge from Paulo Ferreira. Still, despite setbacks, Rooney finished the league season with 16 goals in just 26 games, proving himself as one of United's brightest stars. Controversy soon followed. In a pre-season match at Amsterdam tournament against Porto, Rooney was sent off for elbowing Pepe. The incident led to a 3-match ban from FA, based on a detailed 23-page report from referee. Frustrated, Rooney even threatened to withdraw the FA's permission to use his image if the ban wasn't overturned. But the decision stood and the suspension carried into the new season. The 2006-07 season tested Rooney's patience. He went 10 games without scoring, a drought that drew plenty of criticism. But when the goals returned, they came a star. Hat-trick against Bolton ended their streak and reignited his confidence. Soon after, he signed a 2-year contract extension, committing to United until 2012. On the European stage, Rooney delivered when it mattered, scoring twice in the 8-3 quarter-final demolition of Roma, and then striking twice again in a thrilling 3-2 semi-final win over AC Milan. By the end of the season, Rooney had his first Premier League winners' medal in hand, finishing with 14 goals, a champion at last. Nowadays, people talk about how good Kylian Mbappe or Lamine Yamal are, but Rooney wasn't like them. He was a force of nature, a mix of raw talent, fearless determination, and incredible football intelligence made him unstoppable. He could score, create, tackle, and inspire all in the same match. That's what set him apart and cemented his place as one of the greatest English players of all time. Wayne Rooney, a true legend of the game.